Hi, hello, hello. Okay, let's check if somebody actually showed up here. And well, if someone is watching and could just confirm everything is okay with the sound, that would be nice. Okay, let's see. Yeah, looks like it's working. Perfect. Okay, so we can get this started. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so welcome everyone. This is the first live office hours. We hope this is going to be one of many more to come. My name is Alberto. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer and Designer here at Crumble, and I am joined today with my colleague Christina, Crumble CTO. So she's going to help me out with the with the comments and keep up with answering your questions. This is a great opportunity for us to connect with all of you and share updates about Crumble and walk you through some of the latest features we have introduced lately. And we will also be answering your questions. So feel free to drop them in the chat at any time. We plan to keep the sessions between 30 minutes and 1 hour. And this will depend on how many questions come in. On the other hand, if you are unable to stay for the entire session, don't worry. This is going to be recorded and will remain available in YouTube channel, so you can revisit it at any time. At this point, if you haven't already, I would suggest you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And obviously hit the notification bell to get notice about future coming videos and live sessions. So yeah, today we are going to cover 6 updates we made lately. The updates are small tweaks here and there, but they add a ton of value on a daily basis from an operational point of view. And in order to start, I'm going to start with our revamped deal table. So if you are new to Crumble or if you're already using Crumble, I'm going to switch over and share one of my boards. Here, as you see, this is a board that I used to use when I run demos. In Crumble, you would use obviously 80% of the time, I would say, or most of the time, the Trello board where everything happens from an operational point of view. But all the deals that you see here on the board on the different stages, all these deals show also up here on the deals table. So every row you see here on this deals table represents each of the deals you are working with on your board. So one thing we've added is this card link pinned directly on the left so that you have the link to each Trello deal card at hand. And this was in the past a little bit hidden at the very right of the of the table, and now it is in a more prominent place so that you have it always at hand. This, for a lot of users, is a good starting point. So I just want to point out that when you work on the Trello board, you have obviously this search option provided by Trello, but sadly, Trello is not able to search for details that you might add to your Crmble fields here. So it's just not aware of the information of a Trello deal. So therefore, whenever you want to search or filter deals by Crmble details, we suggest you go to the deals table, and here using another nice feature we added, which is a simple or easier way to filter your deal. So if you click on this funnel icon, as you see, you can filter by the different values of these fields, and that helps you, together with, if you click on the filter, you have also this search field. So you can search for a deal by whatever detail you have added to the deals, and as a result, or you will always have present here on the left hand side the link to open the specific card. So let's say I want to search by, I don't know, I'm going to search there we go. So you can search for the surname of the name of a deal, which is not that easy on the Trello board. If you have named the card with name and surname, then it would be possible. Otherwise, it would be not possible. So here with the table, you can have the link at hand, and you just open this deal on a new tab. And let me just go back here. Okay, so here you have the deal on the new tab, and you can go back to the table and start all over again. You can erase the filter. You can keep on searching. You can use this as the central hub and open any deal on a different, it will always open a new tab so that you can work specifically on the different deals, going always back to the first tab where you have the deals list. So this, together with the optimized filter options, we think that this adds a ton of value on a daily basis to work with your deals. And another thing we've added is the possibility to two ways to export your table. So a good practice, keep an eye on the comments here. Yes, hello. Keith Williams, Dallas, Fabiola, Chavez Munoz. Hello, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Hopefully, everybody can hear everything okay and see my screen. We are also joined here by Tony Panea. He is the founder of Crmble. So yeah, feel free to post your questions, and whether Tony or my colleague Christina will be quite happy to answer those. And we will go through some of the questions and highlight them, and we can answer them live so that everybody gets value from your question. That's always nice to see, hear about how you're using Crmble and what are your questions, even if you have feature requests. Okay, so let's go back to the new features. That was the interactive table. Going back to export, I was about to explain that many users use this table as a database. So this database can be exported as many times as you want. We have no limitations in this regard with Crmble. So you can at any point click, check all your deals. You can also bring back archive deals by clicking on the filter option. If you have archived deals in the past, you can switch them on here with the show archived feature. Then you can export everything when you actually select all of the deals, or you can just select a few. You can also pre-filter the table and just export the filtered selection. Once you have selected some deals, all you have to do is click on the actions button, and then you can export deals. You have two formats to choose from. You have CSV and Excel. When you actually click on one of those, we have now added the possibility to export all the details, or to export the table as you have configured the table, as you are seeing actually the table. So this is something I'm going to explain very quickly. When you click on any header of the table on the three dots icon here, there is one option that says choose columns. And what this makes is that you can actually select just the pieces of data that you want to use to unclutter the table. So let's say for your workflow, it's important to just look at the source, creation date, name, surname, email address. You can also search. So let's say you want to bring up again the card link. You can do that. So if you feel happy with how the table looks like, you just click on Save View, which means that if you go to another section, when you go back to deals, it will show up exactly how you last saved it. So now you can actually decide if you want to export just what you see here. Therefore, you would use the export as configured, which says export only the fields visible on your current table view, or you can export all the details, contact details, and the deal field details. And that is something that many users use as the single source of truth. So you can export this on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and maybe feed external reports that you might have set up with very specific charts outside of Crmble with on Google Sheets or Excel. Okay, so that was a walk through the new interactive deals table. So list of card links here. Then we have the improved export options, and we had a look at the optimized filters, which makes a ton of sense when it comes to like the source field, which is a drop-down type of field with predefined options. It is much quicker now to filter just the deals from a specific deal. Here again, 81 deals is the result that belong to the Crmble source, for instance. You could select and just export that as a very specific report. Okay, so yeah, let's just very quickly check here if there are any questions. Feel free to drop your questions, or just in case you wanna ask something specific about what we are covering here today. Yes. Can you add your own custom fields too? Yes, that's a good question. Yeah, one of the nice things here with Crmble is that in settings, we tried to keep this as simple as possible. Everything is customizable from the lists that you use and want to connect to Crmble to report on or be part of the funnel. Everything happens here in settings, and you have these different tabs. So the first tab focuses on setting up the lists that would represent the stages of your workflow or pipeline. Then you have the company fields, and you have in every section, you have the create new field. So you can whether edit the existing ones. One golden rule is not to change the purpose of the pre-installed, predefined field. So for any detail you might miss or want to add, just use the create new fields. If we go to contact fields, there are some predefined, some I have deactivated, so you can at any point deactivate some fields. No data get lost, it just gets these fields that you gray out, that you switch to off, are just not visible. So here you can, as you see on each of these fields, you have the edit button. So focusing on sources, for instance, you have the source field here by default. So if you click on that and you edit it, as you see, you can get rid of any source that you don't necessarily use, and you can add more options. So let's say you are running a campaign or some ads on TikTok, you can add that. And you can change the name of the source field as well. So let's see, it looks like I have an empty field here. Yeah, that's what happens when you are live sometimes. Let me just check again, go back. Not sure what is happening here. We're going to have a look at it, but maybe it's my board. Basically, you can add and erase the options that you don't need, and then you can click on save. Not sure what's happening here now on my end, but yes, you can create more options manually. So basically, you can also here on the deal value field, you can change the currency from pounds to US dollars. You can easily do that. So everything is quite customizable. So feel free to look at this and adjust this, especially if you are planning to import or migrate deals from another platform. It makes a ton of sense to make sure that in Crmble you have a specific field for every source field that you are trying to migrate from another database or spreadsheet, which is one of the logic steps. You might start taking care of your deals on a spreadsheet, and then you might want to jump to a platform like Crmble to have a better way to team up with other team members and stay on top of your deals. Okay, so to end the settings, we have the general tab where you can set a monthly goal. You can set up the predefined reasons for lost deals. Deals that you mark as lost, you can assign them and then report on the different reasons. So yeah, here in fairly simple settings, everything is quite customizable. Okay, so going back to and speaking about one lost, it is difficult to automate things in Crmble using the Trello Automator, but we've added a feature which creates comments. We started adding the possibility to switch on comments on the card whenever you receive an email or you send an email, and you can rely on that and use that as a trigger to trigger actions. So the latest feature we added is that every time you mark a deal as one, for instance, here I'm going to mark this deal as one, you see that we generate immediately a comment. So you could use this in Trello automations to automatically, for example, move the card to a specific stage or list. So I'm going to show you very quickly how that would work. So if you click on automations here on the top right corner.
Hi, Alberto.
Hi, yes.
Hi.
Yeah.
We have a question from Raj that I have posted in the screen.
Yeah. Okay, sorry, yeah, I missed that. Where are the deals pulling from? Okay, you can pull deals from, well, let's talk a little bit about what a deal is in Crmble. Every time you link a contact from your database to a card, it becomes a deal. So before you can create a deal, a contact must exist. And the different ways you have to pull in contacts in Crmble is if you go to the contact section, you can create them manually one by one, clicking the create new contact option, or you can import contacts from a CSV or Excel. Importing contacts will not create a single card on your board. They will just get added to your contact database. And once they are in your contact database, you have basically two options. You can just create a new deal by clicking on the add cards to your board. So let's say, let's just call this, for the sake of demoing this, new deal. And once you have this new deal card, you can open the card. And then in order to turn this card into a registered deal in Crmble, you can whether pick a contact from your contact database. You can also use contacts ordered by companies, or you can create a new contact from scratch. So any of these would work. Let's pick Abi Fantasia, why not? And I just linked this contact to the card, which became then a deal. Another way to create deals, let's say you have imported a database into Crmble that you have created on a fair, and you have imported these contacts, assigning them a specific role so that you can filter by that. So let me just apply here a few filters. So I'm going to just show name, surname, company, role, and email address. Okay, there we go. I'm going to save this. So let's say I want to create contacts just for the contacts with the buyer role. And here in this case, from a total of 1,239 contacts, just 4 of them apply to this filter. And I just want to create in bulk one deal on my board for each of these contacts. So I can click, select them all, click on actions, and create deals. I can predefine how I want to call these cards. I can choose labels to add to these cards. I can add members to the cards, and I can add a specific, I can add a deal value. This will be added to all of them, by the way. And I click on create deals. Oh, sorry, I just selected all the 1,000 instead of just the 4. So I will let just Crmble do its thing, or maybe reload to cancel this. Okay. So some of the cards I must have created already. I stopped the process. But here, as you see, already some cards have been created. I think you get the idea. So you can go to contacts, and you filter again by role. Let's say buyer, and then you make sure that the selected, this is the way. I just want to select those, and then you click on actions, and then you create deal. And you can choose the list where you want to create, the stage where you want to create those deals as well. So let's do that. Source, other $1,000 deal value. So there we go. And now I have created this new deals at the end of the second call stage. There we are. Remember that in Crmble and Trello, sorry, you can sort cards by creation date, for instance, so that they show up at the very beginning of the list. Okay, so hopefully that question was answered. Going back to the one lost feature, we the comments we created to update. Let me just show this very quickly. Okay, so the one lost comment feature makes it possible to use these comments for two things. One, it creates a notification. So any Trello user that is watching this board or the cards of a list where you mark deals as one will get an email notification, and you get a desktop notification if you have notifications on your desktop switched to on. So you get notification through Trello whenever you mark a deal as won or lost. But more importantly, you can go to automations and set up a rule. Automations works on the basic concept of trigger action. So something must trigger an action. So let's say I want to, whenever I mark a deal as won, I want to move that deal to a specific list. So I can just open automations here, clicking on this bold icon. This opens automations, and once I get this modal window, and I can just click on rules and set up a new rule. Click on create automation, and you just add a trigger. And what should trigger this is, in our case, it's a card content, which is what a comment is. So here I have the option, I have three, but I'm going to focus on this one. When a comment contains the word in capital letters one, you can go a little bit deeper and filter, apply more specific filters, but let's keep it simple. So when a comment with the word one is posted to a card, so I'm going to use that as the trigger. And now Trello wants me to select an action. So I want to move the card to the top of the list to a specific list. Let's say I want to pick closing deals. So I'm going to add that. And once I'm happy with the trigger, when a comment is posted to a card, I want to move the card to the closing deals. I can save this automation. And if I did everything right, let's open this deal, for instance. So I'm going to, this deal is living on the first stage of our funnel. If I click on the one button, it has generated this comment here, and the card was moved now. This Chris deal was moved automatically to the closing deal stage. So that, we think, adds a ton of possibilities. You can set up a rule for whenever you mark a deal as won, but also as lost. So each of those would work. So yeah, hopefully you see the value here. I'm going to show you very quickly that we also generate small snippets and comments for the emails we send. So this can be also used as a trigger. So whenever a comment is added to a card that says a new email or incoming email, outgoing email, you can use that in order to trigger actions. Okay, cool. So let's keep an eye on the comments very quickly. Yeah, thank you, Chris. You are keeping up with with the comments. I'm going to now move over to our third new feature, which is show archive deals in the dashboard. And that was a very long requested feature. So when you open Crmble, the first section you land in on is dashboard. And this basically focuses and shows you a summary of all the deals you have marked as one. It just focuses on one deal. So it's all about wins, wins, wins. So here you can actually tweak this a little bit and look at this from a monthly, weekly, quarterly, yearly, or always. But now you are also able to bring back to this dashboard any archive deals. So I'm going to show you this, click on always. So there is a total amount of 32 deals. If I mark the show archived options, it's bringing back some archive cards, which increases the total amount of one deals marked throughout the time I've been using Crmble on this board. So that was a very long requested feature, which is also available in the reports section. So it is normal that every now and then to unclutter the board, you archive cards, but you have always the possibility to bring those back when you want to look at reports. As you see, I just increased very quickly the total amount of deals, and the same goes for the deals table. I think I showed you that before. So if you click on filters, you have again here show archive. So in this case, we have 181 deals. If I click on show archive, it increases to 234. So that's a very nice way to look back and bring back archived cards to our reports. Archived cards can be, I think I mentioned that before, also be exported. So if you select them, you can export that and use it outside of Crmble. Okay, perfect. So that was very quickly show archived deals in the dashboard. And we are going to move over to the links we added to the contact cards and to the company cards. And that's something, it's a very simple way. I'm going to start at the contact section. Remember that the contact section has actually two views. It has the table view, which makes sense from an import-export point of view to filter, but then you have the single card view. And here, if you link contacts to a company, which I'm going to do, I'm going to use this. Let me see. Let me just move over to companies. There we go. Okay, let's start with company. So as you see here, Acna company, I have actually linked two contacts to group them by company. So here we've added a link to this specific contact. So if you click on that, it will send you to that contact, and the company name shows up, the company to which Anthony Burns is linked to. If you click on that, it brings you back to the company. So it's a nice way to jump back and forth between contacts and companies. Okay, let's just keep a quick eye on the comments again. Okay, nothing new here. Okay, yes. I'm going to go Yes, my colleague Christina is informing me that I made a mistake when I was trying to change the settings of the source field, that I actually had a blank field selected. So let me try that again. So I'm going to go back to the source field and I'm going to add a new option. I think we used TikTok. There we go. I save it. So keep an eye on if you by mistake just click on the plus icon and any of the added fields haven't been filled out, it will not let you save the new setup. So now I did it right. Thank you, Chris, for letting me know. And here, if I click on edit, the new option is available here. And that means that if I go to and open any deal, I can actually mark this deal using the source field with the new option, TikTok. There we go. Update deal. So very quickly, if I go now to my deals table, for instance, and I want to filter all the deals that I have marked as TikTok, I can deselect all and I can also search for TikTok. Market, there we go. There's just one mail. Okay, perfect. Okay, so let's go back to the fifth feature we introduced lately, which is the autocomplete feature in the to field. This is related to our email integration. So with Crmble, if you don't know it, I'm going to show you. If you click on the email section, if you go to accounts, with Crmble, every Crmble licensed user can add its own private account to use it. It keeps all your email communication in sync with your email platform. We actually support Google accounts, Google Workspace accounts, Gmail accounts, and we introduced lately also compatibility with Microsoft account. That includes Hotmail accounts, Live accounts, Exchange accounts, obviously Office 365 accounts. So you can use that, and it keeps both the email service and Crmble in sync. And I'm going to show you that in a second. I'm going to let's pick, I don't know, maybe this deal. Why not? Okay, in every deal card, you have 3 tabs here. The deal details tab is open by default, but you can jump over to products, and the third one is email. So the email section lets you pick one of the emails that you've actually connected. I'm going to pick my personal account here. So I see what messages I have crossed with the main contact of this card. And I can go now and I can compose a new message I can reply to these conversations. So you have all the features that you are used to on an email client are available in Crmble. But you can also compose a new message. And what this new feature does is that apart from picking any secondary contact or any email address linked by means of contacts added to this deal, you can also now start writing any address, and it will bring up search results. So if I want to add myself here and send it to me together with the main contact of the deal, I can do that. So this search result, that's quite handy. It works everywhere you have the to field in any email composer in Crmble. Okay, so that was a quick one. We think that was also a very highly requested feature that is now available in Crmble. So let's jump to the last one, which is last used email account set by default. And this means that now if you are using multiple accounts, the last account that you choose to use will stay as default. So that makes especially sense when, like in my case, I have added 2 accounts. This is a shared account, this is a personal account. So the last one selected is the one that will remain selected whenever I open any other card to quickly check the email. So there you go. So that was another quick feature, but also on a daily basis saves a ton of time to have this last email pre-selected by default. Okay, I'm just checking here very quickly comments. Keith, yeah, well, email signatures, they work slightly different with Microsoft accounts and with Gmail accounts. With Gmail accounts, it's available right out of the box. So I'm going to show you that. I'm going to open the Steel card, and I'm going to move to the, okay, it's taking a little bit more time. Let's close this. That might happen every now and then. If something is not as snappy as you would like, just refresh the board or just close the card and open it again. And it 99% of the times it will fix the issue. So everything is can be solved by reloading the page. So I was saying, you go to the email section. Let's say I want to send an email. So I open the Composer. I'm going to use this address, my personal address. This workspace address has actually an alias. So if I select the alias, this alias as a Gmail, as a signature predefined by default signature created in the Gmail platform. So we bring it and you are free to choose it to add it to the Gmail, to the message. You can select if you want to actually use this or not, but it's automatically there. There is nothing special you have to do. If the account you've set up in Google has a predefined signature, it will be available in Crmble. In Outlook, we can't use Outlook signatures, but if you are using in Outlook a third-party service to manage signatures on a company level, which then get added automatically to any message you send with your Outlook address, it will work. We tried this out recently with a user, and it worked. I can't remember what service this user was actually using. I think it was the one of the most used signature management services for Outlook. I can't remember the name, but it worked. We just sent a message from Crmble, and the service just added the specified signature to the specific account we use to send the email from Crmble. So that will work. Not the signatures that you set on the Outlook platform itself. That doesn't work, at least not yet. So I think in the future we will add that possibility as well. Okay, so I think we reached the end of walking you through all the new features we lately added to Crmble. So hopefully this showed you something new, how to use Crmble in a more efficient way, showed you some of the hidden features. I just want to give you again the opportunity, if you have any other questions before we wrap this up, please feel free to do so. I also want to remind you about subscribing to our YouTube channel. It helps the algorithm to reach more people. But it will also, especially if you activate the notification bell, to keep you notified for any next upcoming live video or any help video we plan to publish. Christmas is around the corner, so we are not quite sure if next week we are going to actually do one of these live sessions. That depends. We have some tweaks and updates in the pipe. So yeah, if we are going to update Crmble, we'll let you know, sending you an email. Make also sure to subscribe to our mailing list. You can do that on our webpage. So let me very quickly show you where you can see that. And if you go to crmble.com/Trello, you can, if you scroll down to the, let me very quickly share that with you. Okay, present. There we go. Okay, so here, when you are at crmble.com/Trello, if you scroll down, you can subscribe to our mailing list, and you can choose if you want to get news and updates or just promos or both. So make sure you do that to keep up to date with anything new with Crmble. Okay, so I think we can wrap this up. I want to thank you for attending this first live office hours, and we hope to see you. We hope to see you soon, if not next week, by the start of next year. So in case we don't see you till next year, happy New Year and Merry Christmas to everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye.